And who are you that would dare enter my courts unannounced? Let's hope your manners are as shiny as your sword. For you gaze upon the Shadow Queen, and I do not know what trickery has guided you here. But if you have come to stop me, your efforts are futile. I will take what is rightfully mine, and those who would stand in my way will find there are far worse things than death. But do not fret, my noble wanderer, for I am a gracious host. So stay, but do not stray far from my courts, for I may have use for you yet.
Yeah, we're live! Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kobold Press. It is a Monday afternoon, and we're here to finish up our little story, of course, of Shadow Fae. We have some announcements, but we're gonna maybe save them till the end, because I think... Well, you know what? It doesn't matter what I think. That's what we're doing. Boom, we're gonna spill beans. We're gonna spill beans at the end, because I think it'll have more impact. But, yeah, we're winding down, so we're going to go around and let the cast introduce themselves once again. And while they do, they're also going to tell you one of the cool things that they have got since leveling up, like what they have added to their repertoire as they have gone from level 6 to level 7. In a daft attempt last time to mitigate the politics of both a trial and a banquet. And they came out the other side kind of still stuck in the middle somewhere, but they have been asked on a little bit of a possible mission. So we're going to see how it ends up today. But we're going to go around and let everybody introduce themselves. We're going to start with Eugenio. You're up first.
Hey, hi everybody, I'm Eugenio. I'm DM Jezihins. Tonight I'm playing Vannon Kalen Shaelas, the High Elf, Cleric of Sarastra and Wizard of Elven High Ritual Magic. Are we doing the level up thing? I don't know.
Yeah,
yeah. I know what it is.
So
it is very clear that we all want to do things to disrupt the Shadow Courts, and it is also very clear that we're not great at communicating with each other in advance of disrupting the courts. So one of my new spells was Sending, so that wherever we are, whenever we are, I can at least try to give at least one of you a heads up before I burn it all down.
Oh, you're such a kind person. So kind.
We'll go with that. Sure. Yeah. Oh, yes, that's me.
Well, if we're moving counterclockwise, that leads us right up to our Rocket Fox.
Hello, I am Rocket Fox. You can find me all over the place where Rocket Foxes can be found. And, yeah, I am bringing you Seraphim, your a little bit chaotic Allseed, and albeit not very successful in the courts, apparently. Living a life in servitude and then from the woods just doesn't translate into the high court fineries. But that being said, one of the things that I took on leveling up, which may or may not serve us in the least, is Serpent of Doom. And what that does, hopefully we'll find out, because I'm going to use it.
Yeah, that seems like a quality spell for your possible altercation.
Not going to be helpful in the courts, but I'm going to do something with it.
But you've already come to terms with that.
I accept that. It's a burden I'm willing to bear.
Yeah. Awesome. Cord, you're up.
Hey everybody, I'm Cord, or Mythomatic. I am playing Theoden Selvier. I'll never get that right. Theoden Selvier. He's a bard of Glamour, that's with a U, Glamour. Yeah, he's a Shadow Fae, and he's super cool. I like him a lot. He does a lot of like weird shadow manipulation as well as some cool social manipulation, which is interesting and fun. My favorite thing that we did last week is I gained a bunch of points in status, which is super cool, but that wasn't the question. The question was, what did I gain in my level? And that was, I picked Polymorph, because I think like changing into like some sort of shadow form of some sort of crazy animal could be really cool. So I'm going to see what we can do with that. And also, I've never polymorphed anything in 5th edition yet, so we'll see how that goes.
Polymorph is one of those spells, like, if you get it and you manage to do it, it's always so cool. If you don't, you're always like, oh no.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite, but also like most hated spells. It's a good one. All right. And the most beautiful nymph in all of the Shadowfae, Sephi. Tell us who you are and who you playing.
Hi, I'm Sephiroth, or Sephi if you prefer, and I am playing Lark Grail, the Array Nymph Shadow Sorceress and Hexblade Warlock. Something cool that I picked up in the level up, I got 2 things. Misty Step and Misty Step and Warcaster. I literally just did this.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Misty Step's always a good one as well, a nice defensive option. All right. So clearly they're beefing up for battle. If you all haven't figured that out,
We
We're
took
so
a lot of
optimistic.
social spells because we're like,
true.
ooh, when the fuck do we get to use these in a campaign? Never.
Right.
Let's use them.
it's
And now
still,
we have to go
still
talk
usable.
to a cockroach. So
That's
This'll go
actually
well.
very true. That's so very true.
I mean, we haven't decided if we're not going in guns blazing. We're trying to get information out of him, right?
yeah, we're just not
That's what you
optimistic
do.
about how it's gonna go.
No.
We're totally going in for that.
So, okay, let's recap for everybody in the audience who may be fresh to this, why you're going on and on about a cockroach of all things, because he's not just any cockroach, y'all. He is the demon, he's the cockroach demon lord of kind of the underdepths of the courts, and has been kind of bothering is a light term, the upper
The ruler of the
crust.
taint of the Shadowfae.
So it's he is, of course, as you might imagine, kind of rules the filth-filled, hungry, and ceaseless areas underneath this place known as the courts. So before all that came about, and they were like, "Hey, you might want to go deal with this problem," all of you underwent a little bit of. I say that. Lark underwent a trial, which wasn't much of a trial as much of a public,
Kim.
a public communication where each of you had a chance to tell your side of the story.
Sure, let's call it that.
And some things came to light afterwards when you were all invited as guests, even though you're technically kind of still on trial. There was some wooing.
It's a trial period.
Yes, period. There is there was food and drink, but there was some wooing that took place between the head courtesan and Theoden. There was definitely some status things where Seraphim. I mean, they did have the right chair for you, though. They did.
They did, and that was the one thing that went smoothly concerning Seraphim.
It's true. And thanks to both Lark's wit and sharp tongue, and Vannon's quick use of some spells, some additional information was learned that Lark was probably set up by the person she believes, but the task itself was not done by that person. So there was some wordplay there around who's really guilty, but there seems to be something much deeper at play.
I just want to say, if the Baron could get manipulated by Slimeball McGee, the Baron is a dunderfuck.
Well, I guess regardless, you were all given a kind of information that there was a problem that needed dealing with, and that you would be contacted more than likely by this demon lord specifically. Now, great favor can be earned so that the queen will actually hold your trial and, let you go, because basically you're all being held as prisoners here in the courts. But you were actually contacted by the minion himself of this cockroach demon lord. He does have a name, though you have not learned it, for names have great meaning. And I'm going to have us start, now that you've all leveled up, with a set of rolls. I need a discovery roll. the night does come to a close here in the courts. Beautiful banquet. Courtesans depart with those they deem most worthy. Speaking of most worthy, while all of you make this roll, I'm going to show chat our new status chart.
Yeah. It's so cool.
But
What roll are we making?
What are we?
That's
Yeah.
right.
What are we
So
rolling?
you're going to get to choose. You're seeking something out. So I would take some kind of survival roll in the way one might mitigate kind of a dungeon. I would take a political role of some kind, so we could do like history to know the layout.
I like history. Okay.
Yeah, I would take a history check to see, or somebody that knows architecture. I don't think any of you have that as like a specialty or anything, or just a general investigation.
I hate all of that. All of that is bad for me.
Well, you know what? You would make it at. I would say you would make it at an advantage because you're from here. You know these.
Okay,
halls.
cool.
They're the same
So
halls that you walked before. So
What did I roll? then? Let's
14.
see.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice!
thank goodness.
Holy moly.
Okay,
Seraphim
14.
knows everything.
Thank you, Seraphim.
It's very close to all the
Nice.
squirrels, and the squirrels have in fact been everywhere.
So
Yeah.
let me pop
That's
this
true.
up for. Of course, let me show that very very good roll. So we got an at 20 out of Seraphim. Just rolling back. So okay.
I did good too. Or
Yeah.
Thea
At
did
a, at a 21, yeah. So all of you, after people depart, the music dies down. You hear the sound of dishes being cleaned away by goblins chattering in Goblin about who knows what. But you have been given a specific set of instructions of where to go to get what you want, which is, we'll say, one-on-one time with this demon lord. What your plans are, I do not know. But having
Neither do we.
yeah, but completing this task could be a really big opportunity in gaining the ear of the queen. So if we take a quick look at the status tracker, which I'm going to put over top of our faces. There we go. There we go. Just put it. I'm just gonna like layer it right on top. So you can see up on the left, I've got all these tokens as a GM. So I have distributed what's been given. So Lark automatically gets a +2 for being a Lord Lady. But last time Theoden did something. He kind of wooed the head courtesan, and because of that, I didn't even realize, but he gained a +8 to his status, which puts him
Dang!
Bananas.
yeah, really kind of stepped him into basically a new tax bracket. He just moved up the food chain very, very quickly, and he did it in front of everyone.
You better hope that don't come back to bite you.
Yeah, of course
Yeah.
it won't.
Yeah, because you need to work on the princess too.
Yeah,
At
the
least not until
princess-
one of us has higher status and can protect
I was about to say,
you.
but that could also end poorly. I mean, you do know her brother seems a bit protective. And, let's not us forget, the Demon Lord. The Demon Lord has eyes for the princess. He's our Bowser.
Oh
man.
yeah, we're real concerned about the guy we're gonna smash.
So speaking of smashing, you arrive. You were told to meet at this well. You kind of mitigate the halls of this giant castle. Along the way, you're pretty sure that you see illusions and small creatures. I would say Theoden, because of your status jump, as you exit the party, so much more is made known to you. This is not a rundown place. The halls are like laid with gold. The upper crust makes themselves known to you. You can see their true form. You see all of the creatures that are trying to play jokes and that are part of this kind of trickery piece of the illusion to keep the Shadow Courts safe. But you see it all, and it is like, it's kind of a rompous experience as you walk through the halls.
Why?
Seraphim, you get the feeling that if, maybe it's because you're a druid, or maybe it's because you're an all-seed, but you get this feeling that a well is not going to be inside the walls of a castle. So your investigation quickly begins to lead you to doors outside of this place, and you do manage to lead the group to this well. It is run down. It looks almost dried up, and looking down it reveals absolutely no light. It is like a black hole deep into the earth. Algae grows over top of it. It's pretty forgotten. as the four of you kind of stand there and take a moment to make a game plan.
So, what do we know at this point? The queen is upset. The cockroach likes her daughter. And what?
Apparently, we're supposed to be here for some reason.
We just have to ask her to stop, right? That's it. Stop it, please.
Right.
Whatever you're doing, no more. Thank
Just
you.
don't. Right.
Yeah. Can we come back? Yes.
That's going to
Leave
work.
off.
Yeah.
We need information from him about what he's trying to usurp, what he's trying to do to take power from the queen. And then we have to smash him.
Then we tell him to stop first. Yes?
No,
Okay.
not necessarily. We may want to convince him that we're going to work with him until we get the information we need.
Okay, and I would have said squashed him, just because it's a cockroach. So in my head canon, I'm going to write that down. Squashed him.
Horde, are you trying to... I'm sorry.
And I gotta change it in Zoom because otherwise I'm gonna keep calling out.
Yeah, that's right.
We will also do that. I'm sorry, who?
Sorry, what?
Daylin, are you trying
There
to
it is.
correct my speech?
No. I was just I was audibly out loud editing what it's going to be in the annals of history in my book.
I see.
That's a little rude, though, don't you think?
Same, isn't it? I mean, I don't.
It is a little rude. Just because you're increased in status, let me remind you who gave you advice on how to do so. Behave.
Oh.
Oh,
Very well.
are you both going to fight now? Is this going to be like one of those?
No, I believe it's settled.
That is a happy reminder. We have a drama bar. And if you want to make things saltier, you can do that by giving to the drama when it
Is that
feels.
what the drama bar does in this campaign? It just gives us 15 minutes to like
just
shade
salty.
each other.
Yeah.
This particular drama bar goes to them just getting in a fight, just like
Yeah, just all out brawling.
Right, time. Clock out.
But as you stand here and you stare down this like deep hole and you have a moment, your voice actually echoes down, Lark. That's settled as it kind of
So
Vannon, does this remind you of anything?
who's going down the hole first?
Sorry, Seraphim. My internal temperature just spiked like 10 degrees. I'm not sure why. What was the question?
I just said who's going down the hole first?
Oh.
I'll go.
Oh.
Oh, well, now my internal temperature has spiked 10 degrees, and I don't know why.
Good. I assume it would be nice and chill down there. Seraphim, I can. This doesn't look pleasant. A descent for you. If you would like assistance, I think I can. Once I'm down the bottom, I can bring you down with me.
Yes, once you're down, that sounds acceptable.
All right.
Is this just a well, like a big hole in the ground? Is that what we're looking at right now?
From what you can tell, yeah, it once was a well. It's rather decrepit and run down. Actually, Lark, you would know this. You're like I said, you're from here. This is a well-known abandoned well. It's called the Black Well of Night. Lots of wells.
So I'm guessing it's very deep. A deep, dark hole.
It is said that you cannot see the floor of it. Why? Anybody that has investigated has not returned.
I see. First, may I suggest that we change?
Oh. Yes. I probably shouldn't wear Sarastra's symbol on my back when we go to meet him, eh?
No. And also, do we really want to ruin our clothes?
No, that's a good point as well.
Does anybody have rope or some kind of appropriate
How
tools
practical.
for this
Hmm.
job? Because it's cool if you don't.
It seems that I do have rope. I'm sure that must have just come from the pack that I selected when I created the character and I forgot
Probably.
about it.
Thank you, Jayden, for tipping
soap.
10.
Oh yeah, surprisingly I do too.
Okay, great. So there is some rope with the and I would imagine you knew this was going to be a well. Remember, the little goblin told you that, Vaned. So you might have been able to abscond with some important things, maybe from the stables or something.
There you go.
I imagine you're all smart enough to have not just planned to jump down a well, but
yeah. One never
You
knows
are
with
very
us.
bold in that assumption.
Yeah, truly. It's good you checked.
Does anybody want to roll any kind of investigation on it, or do you want to just like tie it off and drop the rope down?
Yes.
I tie it to dust and lower dust down. I'm joking.
Rope, not soap.
Oh my god, incredible.
Yeah, we're not dropping the soap here. Anyway, I walk. Why don't we combine our rope?
Okay.
And you know what I really should be doing more of now that we're outside of the city and like in creepy places with cockroach lords? I'm gonna go ahead and just cast Detect Magic and just keep an eye as we progress.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, as you cast Detect Magic, you know, that usual veil of magic passes over your eyes so you can see things that the average creature or folk cannot. And immediately, the darkness, the void that was at the bottom becomes a vast, bright light of magic. You probably assume that the darkness is magical darkness.
Okay, that's way better than
there's
where
like an
my
orb
mind
of
immediately went.
magical darkness probably at the
Okay.
bottom that's making. Now it is very powerful, which tells you like this isn't just like, oh, I'm gonna cast some darkness. There is probably something extremely how about this? It doesn't radiate like fairy light, right? Like fey light. Like, this isn't
Right.
nice light, so you can imagine that this is very strong dark magic.
Right. Well, just a heads up, as we go down, I have a feeling things are going to get rather dark in a way that exceeds what we may be used to here.
Yes.
Well, let's at least find out how deep it goes.
Yeah.
Seraphim's going to take one of her granola bars out of her endless pouch of granola bars, like crumble it over the well, and let all the pieces just like go all the way down.
Okay. What is everybody's passive perception?
15.
I believe, yeah.
Okay, that's pretty high.
12.
Okay.
Mine's 18.
Okay. You watch great. As this bar is like crumbled up and you all listen intently. And what you hear is the sound of it finally hitting bottom, which tells you that it can't be too far down. At least that's what you understand. But at an 18 of a passive perception, you judge and you can count or however your ears tune into it and you hear it hit. And you can assume that it is roughly 50 feet down.
Oh, that's wonderful. I grab Seraphim and I cast Misty Step and teleport us to the bottom.
Oh, great.
Yes. You reappear in the bottom in darkness. Maybe the sound of hooves, with yeah. As for Theoden and Vannon, the two of them disappear.
What?
We're down below.
Please tell me Seraphim's with you. Ooh.
No.
Where did
Yes.
everyone go?
Shit. Oh.
How do we get down there?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Climb.
Cheater.
Well,
No.
where's everybody?
Well, is
Oh,
this
Seraphim,
why
I
you
just figured this would be
Let's
easier
start-
for you than climbing down.
Yeah, no. I listen. I didn't want to calm
We
down,
should
but
do the thing.
a little warning would have been nice. Or something.
Oh,
Yes, I do.
I suppose I should have done that. I'm sorry.
do, but
No. This is.
Not
I
going to
like
go
having
well.
excitement in my life. It keeps the hooves nice and sharp. And
climb
How
the-
dark is the place that we're in right now?
It is pitch black magical darkness.
Oh, magical darkness, so we can't see it through it.
No,
Right?
the two of you are basically just standing there in pitch darkness, like yelling up, and you can hear the sound, right? Like the sound is not affected, but you cannot see out the top.
Let me see. I forget that fairy fire doesn't let you see within.
It does
Magical
not,
darkness.
but if you cast it, anybody in the radius will be illuminated. It illuminates creatures and things
At
in.
least be able to see each other.
Okay, I should wait to cast it until the rest are down then.
Okay.
When I'm like, how do we get down there? And then
Climb!
goes, oh, and then he disappears into the shadows, and then appears at the bottom with all of you.
Vannon, you are once again left staring down, and actually, it's not dark for you. You can see this magical essence, but you can't see them.
Wait, is it dark up at the mouth of this well?
No, you can kind of see all the way down, and then it kind of when you imagine the well opens up or something, it turns into darkness, so you can't
That's where the
actually
darkness
see
is.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I think
near the bottom.
Aiden will then go, oh, okay, and then jump down, and then as he disappears in the darkness, when he reaches the threshold of being covered in shadow, he then uses Misty Step to
Nice.
fall into, to appear at the bottom with everyone else.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't know that particular trick. My talent's not fine. grabs. This is going to go so poorly, and I cannot wait. I'm going to grab the rope and climb down
Okay.
with a spell ready on my lips for when I fail this roll.
I imagine now you hear the echoes of grumbles as Vannon is going to do this the old-fashioned way.
All the people of all the four of the domain makes less sense with Seraphim climbing the rope.
I'm going to give you, you can make an athletics or an acrobatics check. I'll leave it up to your character.
Okay. I mean, one is definitely better than the other in that it isn't a negative.
Okay, well, we got to start somewhere.
Okay, that could have been so much worse. It was a
Okay.
14.
A 14.
Yeah.
It is a slow crawl down this well. Your feet
Lots
slip
of
on
grumbling.
the occasion. Yeah, you can hear the sound of shoes that are not built for climbing, like kind of slip down on the occasion. Yeah, and but eventually, Vannon, you pass into this magical light, and your feet find firm ground, though it does not find your party at all. It's almost like it's like overload. It's like turning the lights on with the dark vision goggles on.
Can I see any end to this magical darkness now that I'm down here? Which is a weird question, and I only ask because I have to take magic up.
I was
Because
about to say,
otherwise, no.
You know what? Roll an Arcana check. Here's how I know
Sure.
you know this. How would you know that without having to feel around in the literal darkness?
Right.
Okay,
That's a non-natural 20.
At a 20,
All right.
you would know that magical darkness does have a radius effect. Whether
Okay.
you've cast it or not, you've seen it before.
Right.
And I believe it off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure it's 60 feet. So if it's
Sure.
centralized at this point, it would be 30 feet left and or right if you can find your
Okay.
central location.
Right. Okay. So I'm also getting. So that answers another question that I had, which is, was this a powerful darkness spell, or is this an environmental effect? And if it's just a spell, I am less terrified to be here.
Right. Yeah, it definitely seems like somebody, if it was cast at a very, very high level.
Right.
But well, how about this? You all hear Vannon's feet hit nearby, just kind of audibly speaking.
Are you okay? That
We're all
sounded a little
here.
rough.
You didn't see it?
I can't see anything.
Oh, right, of course. No, well, I just did it for comedic effect, the noises, Anyway, we should carry on.
I heard the noises. Sorry, I wasn't about to climb in heels.
Let me tell you, it's not the most pleasant, and these are only, little Cuban. I don't know where Cuba is in the shadow, but anyway.
You can all feel you are on solid ground as if you've hit the bottom of the well, but there's no water over your feet as if it is dried up. But the air is rank of rot and mildew, of trash and garbage and just.
Great, it smells just like my creeper.
Yeah, it's pretty gross actually. All in all.
So I can cast Fairy Fire, but it only lasts a minute.
Okay.
It would also make us super visible to anyone else down here.
I assume that anything that's down here can see in this mess.
Oh, solid assumption. Well, Up to you. I think if we go just a bit forward, we may come out of the impenetrable darkness.
You think?
And I do. And if we don't, well, then fairy fire is always an option.
All right.
Might as well try. Who's gonna lead the way though?
Oh Lord. Well,
I'll do it.
all right. That's good.
And kind of forward you feel, and as Van had said, Lark, eventually your face literally comes through the darkness, and you can actually see its dim light down here. There are some makeshift torches on the wall, though what the fuel is questionable. Yeah, the shadows and things cut at jagged edges, and you can see that this well, there are multiple outlets of water or waterways that used to meet here, but of course now they are all dried up. And
Gross.
you all hear the sound of scuttling of little cockroach feet all up and down the walls. You can see them. They dive from crevice to crevice and shadow to shadow. And
Prestidigitation to create a floating light. I'm not dealing with these fucking bugs.
you do, and you hear their feet just as they part, and it reveals something much more terrifying. A large creature of about 7 feet, just like the cockroaches that scuttled away, except this one, he does not. He does stand on 2 legs, and you can feel his presence long before he really makes himself known.
Does anyone else feel grossed out all of a sudden?
A little bit.
Yes.
Welcome to the blackest pit in the palace. The only ones who visit here are my servants and my food. Which are you?
Neither.
For the moment.
Yeah, what they said.
Servant.
Okay, that is helpful. He stops and turns, and I say he would turn his head, but he can't really. It's his torso of a bug shifts. I'm gonna see if I can't show y'all a picture because y'all, incoming cockroach. If
I'm
you're
sure that I'm
you're
gonna love
privy-
this.
If you're privy,
Gonna love it.
let's see,
Gonna
yeah.
love it.
I was gonna pull him up, but I can't. There he is. Okay, I'm gonna show him to you. Come on, roll 20. Show to everyone. There he is.
Oh no.
He stands here.
That
Let me-
is
let me show
exactly what you said it would be, really. So I
It is this. Yeah, it is a cockroach creature. Long claws, ripped cloak, and he smells of trash and decay, as if the entire place permeates from him. He is disgusting, and he stares. Yes, sorry, chat. Content warning. Bug. Yeah, he stares at all of you and takes Theoden in, since of course you said the right words. I guess.
And this is
I
where
guess she says.
Only the scourge of the Shadow Fae finds their way here. You do not look like Scourge.
Of course we don't.
Correct.
2 of
I'm
us
not.
aren't even Shadow Fae.
We are not.
Lark looks at Theoden like,
I grow impatient with your jest.
No jest. No jest. Humble.
I'm
Lord.
going to have all of you make a charisma check. You can do it with perception or just a deception or persuasion. That is 2 words I put into one.
Just wait.
Which unfortunately turned into a different skill.
All together.
oh God,
Oh,
how?
please.
Persuasion
please,
or
please.
deception?
Oh, wait, I get to add a d4 to that because I still have my 24-hour
Oh, yeah.
thingy.
It's all persuasion or it's persuasion and
I
deception?
almost tried to roll that in the Twitch chat.
I rolled a nat 1.
Ugh,
Go
okay.
ahead and roll persuasion.
Right, well, mine's an 18.
An 18. Okay. Okay. Here is what he does. He steps forward, and the low light actually casts this shadow on top of you. He ignores all of you actually did. Oh, you made an 18. You said, Vannon.
I did with my
18.
bonus from the spell.
You just made it. You needed a 17. He looks at Vannon and decides that maybe the spokesperson should be this shadow fae. And he looks to Theoden and simply says,
You have 30 seconds to say exactly what I hope to hear, or you will become tonight's feast.
he starts
Theoden,
counting.
you're wasting time.
Hold up. Shit.
He's counting. Theoden.
Damn,
Oh,
go.
this
I
is
want to-
horrible. Dot, stop it. I just saw what you're doing. I hate it.
I'm trying
I hate
to
it so
find
much.
the enhance the charisma spell, but I can't find. Oh, it's Fey Glamour. I cast Fey Glamour on Theoden.
You
Can I
cast
put my-
Fey Glamour on Theoden. You lay a glamour upon a touch more attractive. Great. Okay, you gain an advantage. You might feel Lark like reach over and just slightly touch you and. So you can take advantage on whatever you say next, because I am still going to have you roll a persuasion.
Well, a pleasure to meet you. And he puts his hand out for him to kiss his signet ring of the courts, casting Guest of Honor.
Okay.
And I will post that thing.
Whispers words of encouragement. A target you touch gains confidence.
Go me.
All right, you want him to kiss your ring?
Yep.
Holy boy.
Get,
Okay.
get your combat spells out, y'all.
Theoden Selvier of House of Whispers. And he shot
If he has to make a roll, I cast Unluck on that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just looking like.
I am
Which
going to have
is-
you make a persuasion roll. You're going to get the 1d4,
Okay.
and you're going to get the additional advantage that was given to you by Lark.
Okay, so if the Cockroach Lord is not making the spell, I will not cast Unluck on that because that would be my last second level spell slot.
We've got so many spells at that party.
We really did.
This is good, though. This is good.
Okay.
49.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
bananas.
Okay.
You have asked me to do an impossible task. I will kiss your ring, but only because I know who you really are.
Very well.
He leans over and you feel his mandibles, the small furry bits, touch the top of your hand long before his lips hit a ring.
I want an insight check on this real bad.
I'm gonna have you make a constitution check. This is by far the most horrible thing you've ever had to experience.
I'm here.
This is a demon lord who's kind of kissing your knuckles. Okay.
Ooh.
I'm impressed. Okay, at a nat 20, there's a moment where your belly might churn, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe you enjoy it, or maybe he never.
This is just another day for Theoden.
This is ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
Maybe
This demon
Theoden
lord-
is just very good at dissociating from his body.
Yep.
It-
Exactly.
It
This is happening.
doesn't. It doesn't lean over in the way you might imagine. As it gets close, the cockroaches from the shadows kind of crawl up its body, merging with its cloak, and come down its mandible face and gingerly kiss your hand. Because I'm such.
Dot.
Yeah.
Can I roll an insight check on that? I know who you really are because I just took it at
Yes.
face value what he said earlier, and I
Yes.
think he's lying a lot.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Who? Which one?
Yeah.
Theoden.
Theoden. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and make an insight.
Okay. Come on. Why?
Oh no!
Why?
Cockroaches just being
I would-
cagey.
You are unsure if he's referencing
Hilarious.
something of the past or his present status increase.
May
just
I
not
also
sure.
make an insight?
Yeah.
Because we've been rolling together. The gang has been rolling together for a minute.
Yeah, y'all have been. This is by far maybe your most challenging thing, but I would absolutely give that to you. Okay, out of 16. You
The dice are trying so hard
So
because you've
hard.
got such a good insight bonus, and it was such a,
yeah, the
it
roll
was
20 is
still
not
a-
on your side. So, okay, I would say you also recognize this. You don't know a whole lot about the past, but since you've been here, Seraphim, Theoden has he kind of skipped all of the important beats, right? Like he was kind of like, hey, he just accidentally happened to woo the courtesan and the princess all in one night that
And
only
the
happened a few
cockroach
hours
demon
ago.
lord.
Now, and a demon, and now a demon cockroach lord. Y'all, this is drama bar fodder if I ever heard it. Give it to me. That being said, at a
Theoden
six,
has
at
some
a,
interesting
charming.
tastes.
at a 16, you are always around creatures. Not usually this vile, maybe, but you spend your time as a druid in the wood and have even traveled from city to city. But you've seen some creature stuff. You get the vibe that he wants something out of Theoden. It's not so much Theoden's status, new status, means he can get something. And remember, you did receive an invitation to be here.
Excuse?
Vannon's eyes immediately get gigantic when Seraphim starts to talk to this guy.
Your lordship, your cockroachiness.
Thank you.
Yes.
So we actually had an invitation to come down here, and I believe you had matters we could help you with. No?
Inquisitive creature. Yes. I could use your fealty.
Go on.
I have a deep interest in seizing the court from the Queen. I want to dissolve their power and make it mine. She holds me and mine on a tight leash. All you have to do is get me close enough, and I'll do it for you. Someone with such status would easily be able to maneuver me in and out of the building.
Seraphim's gonna look at Theoden. I think he's talking about you.
More importantly, I will seize her court by wedding her daughter.
Now that is a wedding I would love to attend. Yes, I absolutely. Seraphim's gonna look back at Ben and Lark and think kind of about everyone. Absolutely, this sounds like a very promising plan. You seem very strong with all your legs and your knees.
And it would benefit us as well, wouldn't it?
It's hold, please, your lordship. He turns to talk to everybody rather closely in like a little bit of a huddle. So, no, we're not doing this, right?
It would be very wonderful for us to work with this for the duration of our time here. Gestures around to very pointedly to the
Okay, yes.
surroundings.
I think I'm picking up what you're throwing down. But
Yes.
must
Well,
work
you know
under
my-
subtlety.
Close relationship with all of nature. I simply cannot turn my back on anything of this or the worlds beneath.
And you've seen the type of male attention that I get. Working with insects is not too far off for me.
Vannon,
Yes.
I'm gonna need you to roll a deception. As
That
somebody
feels
that
correct.
serves the queen herself.
That feels
like,
correct.
I think you're. I just feel like he's gonna read you like a book.
That feels correct.
Just don't open your mouth. God.
Right, now, hold on. I'm gonna roll the d4 first. Oh, you notice that the eyes have opened, but the mouth is not. All right.
Just
so
nod.
here's
Just
the
nod.
Okay, we're adding a 4 to whatever I roll.
Okay,
All
okay,
right.
okay.
Here we
That
go.
was get the max you can get. I hear that. Oh man.
Okay.
Hey.
It's he's a demon lord, so it's not great, but it's not terrible. 21
Okay.
will do. That's a start.
Okay, he's going to try to perceive whether or not.
Well, I hate that. Okay.
Unluck on that. Unluck on that. Unluck on that.
You're gonna cast a spell on him.
Yeah.
Okay, this will be fun. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, wait,
no.
he probably has legendary resistances. I don't
He's
do that.
the
I don't do
demon
that.
lord.
Too late. Fuck.
Okay. It's really smart that you took your cloak off.
Oh
Because
yeah.
it would have
Because it
definitely
was
given you
definitely-
away.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Throwing
you,
a flag
Lark.
on my back. Like,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he walks kind of around to each of you in the darkness and ends on Vannon. And he all but, you can hear his mandibles like, as they smell the air around you, they taste the space as if you permeate her magic. And he questions for just a second the viability of you actually serving him. What do you do to
Vannon.
deceive him? Please tell me it's please tell me it's great. I can't.
I think so I think on top of like smelling like the queen, Vannon also like does not like the bug. But seeing and seeing like that he could probably tell. And so I'm going to just reach out and sort of pick an arm and try and like deep breath, little swallow of the bile and shake
a little
the
claw.
cockroach's claw and just still not saying a word, just nod seriously. And then resist the urge to wipe my hand as I put it back at my side.
He accepts this attempt. He can tell you struggle, but you keep it down. And the struggle in
He
this
knows
case,
who he is.
this isn't the first time, but he approves of your effort. He approves of all of your effort.
But he holds on to like a couple of the threads of your clothes because it's like bug claws. So like sometimes when you like pull away from a bug, it's still like holding on to some fibers.
How would you like this?
You can still feel the kind of the tickle of the like furry bits of his mandibles and his claws, but you keep it together. And he looks now at all of you, having accepted what you have offered him. And I'm gonna say he invites you to follow him. As he walks, you can hear kind of the moving of the scuttering behind you as if you were being escorted, yet like all over.
Sounds like a bunch of Fisco girls gathering.
Yeah. And eventually it opens up this sewer area, or this water duct into this well opens up into an unfinished area. You see something that you're probably not prepared for. Once again, chat, content warning. This is a tough thing. On your left and right, what was left of the water here has merged with trash and vile leftovers of the courts above. On the other side, there are two pools. And here you can see what is left of the people who were submerged up to their necks. I will take a medical check from anybody that wants to know more than what I'm about to tell you. But basically,
Think of anything
it
I
looks
want to know
like
less.
they have been okay. You have witnessed, the cycle of nature as a druid. Their faces have been
Seen
eaten.
it all.
They've been eaten.
Do what?
Their faces have been consumed by probably bugs and things. The meaty parts of their faces have been consumed. And there is one person that is basically still alive. You can see his eyes are gone. He is blind, and he kind of sits there in a probably traumatic state and says nothing. the king does not do this. This cockroach king does not stop this demon lord to even acknowledge the two pools. And instead, he takes his seat on what might be considered a throne, which is really made of trash.
Can I be escorted into this like riding a wave of these cockroaches like Velma Kelly in the opening of Chicago?
Oh.
You know what? Why not? They kind of, again, they're all kind of pushing you, right, towards his throne, and they circle you as if to make a barrier so you can't go anywhere. Right. And when he takes his throne, he does, in fact, once again speak to all of you. This time he says,
"Each of you I gift one of my champions."
He gestures to the cockroaches, and 4 step forward from the group, large in size for a cockroach. And each of them, as long as you allow it, it crawls up your leg and into the palm of your hand or your shoulder.
Oh, that's a full something check for me.
Okay, if you're trying to keep your cool, I will take a Constitution check, or you can make some kind of deception roll.
How is Constitution one of my saving throws? I don't know how. That's the first good roll I've rolled all game.
You keep it
24.
together. You keep it together. Nicely done. Anybody else need to make that Constitution check?
Yeah.
Not enough cockroach context this part up till now for you to.
Bannon, you rolled an
I think-
18.
Yep, to
I
hold
think
it together.
Seraphim actually would not be too put off by it. Like,
Oh
she's,
yeah, that's fair.
Of course not.
she's handled a lot of weird things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
We can unpack this later.
All of you.
She brought forth a rabid squirrel specifically because they had rabies. So,
Okay. You have gained, because of your fealty, this tiny cockroach companion. So it is considered a companion for each of you for the rest of this, as long as you're working with and for him. Each of you also, in addition, will gain a +2 to your status. It may not be the status increase you wanted, but you have pledged fealty to the demon lord himself.
Rough.
And you have gained...
We did not bow. We did not bend the knee. We just sort of like, it would benefit us.
Okay.
What? What?
we've been like, we're buddies. We're cool. We're
Here we
cool.
go.
Okay.
We didn't actually make any swearing yet.
Well, I feel like maybe that's a cue.
Shit. I should have said nothing. Why? Why do I open my big mouth?
It is time for you to take a knee.
No.
I gift you my own and information about how you can stop the Queen from taking over the city of Zobeck.
My lordship.
That is why you're here.
Before we start, however, I do believe that we need some sort of plan. After all, I have no love of the Queen.
Which is
No
why you
deception
are
required.
perfect for this job.
Of course. But how do you suppose that we sneak you into the castle? And what do you plan to do once you're there to win the princess's hand? I would love to hear the story of how you plan to woo the princess.
Once I am king, there will be no princess that does not want my many hands.
Fair, but how do you suppose to secure the throne? Zarastra is very powerful.
With all of your help, and with my information, I believe I can work my way up through the ranks of the courts. When the Queen and the King are gone, nobody will be able to sit on that throne but me. With my army and my hordes, I shall rule.
That begs the question of where is the king?
If a cockroach could smile, it would. Instead, you can
I'm
hear
glad it can't.
Instead, you hear its mandibles like click a little bit in excitement when you say this thing it's looking for. It's like it was waiting on you to hook in.
Do you want me to roll persuasion?
No, you've persuaded him. There's not a need for a roll here. I'm just trying to decide how he wants to tell you this information.
I believe the Queen is going to ask you to visit the King himself locked away in a tower. It is his word that moves her hand in Zobeck. He refuses to see her, locked away with his ego and his age. You must pass through the labyrinths to find him. This is no easy task. And the servants I have given you hold Fey memories that will guide you both through the labyrinth and in this task. When you reach the king, you simply have to kill him.
I see.
Wait, sorry, out of character real quick. Let me just confirm. So it's the king that that is the reason that Serestra is taking over Zobeck?
He is technically the heir to Zobeck, right? So you kind of figured out something was going on between the trade, right? They're finally coming back to claim what they belong as theirs. Zobeck really just sits on the land that the Fae believe they are rightfully owed to.
Right.
He's the king. The difference is he's made himself scarce and sparse. And so over the years, you would know she has grown in power with her family, her daughter, her black prince of a son. Now he has claimed it is their time to rule. And if she claims it...
Got it.
Right? How much of that is true from
sure.
Or like how easy all of those things are and what details you're missing, you're still not entirely sure. But it seems that this demon lord believes that if we can take down the two top most people, there is nothing stopping us from...
I'm getting the impression that I'm kind of in smash mode right now because he's not really... His plan is very lacking in subtlety. He doesn't seem to have that much more information. The queen, if she asks us, will guide us through the labyrinth. Like, this is just Lark thinking out loud.
Yeah.
Me thinking out loud.
Yeah, okay, I was like, is it Lark thinking out loud or is it thinking out loud?
And also, like, go see the king and kill him so that we can take the bug to his lordship, apologies, to the queen and have him kill him, and then he said work his way up the court. I don't know.
I also
a lot of words.
I'm not thrilled about the one last living person. I would like to rescue that person.
The king, you mean?
No, the one living person down here that's got his eyes eaten but is still alive.
Oh, yes.
Fuck it. Lark's deciding. Lark's doing the self-centered thing and making a decision here.
All right.
Okay.
I look forward to this.
Okay, so what Lark is going to do is Lark is going to step... What?
No, nothing. We're doing a whole...
There she goes.
They're just reacting.
And she's off. And she's off.
Lark will walk up to his lordship and take a deep curtsy. My lordship, though Theoden is well established as far as his status, I am a landed member of the court, and I do wish to move forward with pledging my fealty to you.
This news pleases me.
If you would so kindly bless a lady with your blessing.
Interesting. He does not rise. Instead, he brings two mandible arms forward, and as he does, two creatures step out of the shadows on either side of his trash throne. These seem to be not cockroaches, but demons of some kind. Yeah. Oh no.
Would
No.
that be?
Exactly. These are. I was gonna see if I can show them to you, but they have a kind of like a dog-like snout almost, but they stand upright. They are red. Their skin is like burning, almost in how dark and red it is. They seem to maybe be bodyguards of some kind. The rest of everything here seems to be related to an insect sort, but
How many arms do they have?
they have two. They are bipedal creature with 2 arms and 2 legs. And yeah, as if this is of import. And these 2 creatures walk forward and they pull forth these kind of rotting, rusted, trashy weapons. And each of them places one on each of your shoulders.
Places one on what?
One on each of your shoulders, as if to knight you or to recognize your fealty in some way.
You're ruining my plans, Dot. Damn it. So as they do that, I'm going to look up at both of them with like the most earnest look in my eyes, like glittering anime eyes, and cast Eldritch Blast on both of them.
Oh my god.
Okay. Oh, this is so good. Okay. This is a surprise attack, so I'm gonna give you the Eldritch Blast for free. They definitely don't see this coming. Neither did Dot or
Neither do we.
I mean, it's not as cool as what I was going to do, but I'll
Okay.
do that on my next turn.
Okay, great. I feel a combat coming on.
Okay.
This. Oh gosh, this may end well or poorly. We're gonna have to see.
I mean, was anyone else not thinking we should kill this guy?
Well,
I mean, I thought we'd like we'd warn Sarastra and have her help us kill him.
Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't think of that.
Damn it! I should have used sending.
And I don't.
I mean, nobody's taken action. Nobody has taken action. There's this pause moment.
Slow motion bullet time.
Yeah, exactly. Boom. And the blades have touched your shoulders.
Do you want to stop me?
I mean, you know what? Because nothing that Lark has done does Vannon believe is sincere, and so it can only mean that she is. Really, Lark is gonna bend the knee to the cockroach. Come now.
Oh wait, I thought you meant this. I thought you meant like everything from the beginning of the game. It's like, wow, wow.
No, sorry. In the. Oh yeah, that hits different if you thought that.
I was like, what?
Yeah, sorry. No. In the last 5 minutes.
Shady. I mean,
in the last 5 minutes. So Vanna knows something is coming, and so we could resolve this however you like, but I will try to very quickly, fumble with what is it? I think it's a piece of copper wire. Yeah, fumble with a little piece of copper wire and just like very, very quickly spit out 25 words into Lark's mind, saying, "Yes, we could do this now, or we could get Sarastra to help us by warning." Wait a minute. Yes, we could do this now, or we could get Sarastra's help by warning her first and not fight him alone.
Okay.
Thanks.
I push into the ground with the Eldritch Blast and do a design in the shape of a cockroach very quickly with it as a sign of fealty.
Oh.
There's this moment maybe where these demons which I just showed you on screen, like pull the blade back as if to like get ready to attack you. Their wings like hit a point, clearly ready. The demon lord even stands, and you hear him kind of raspy like before you cast this Eldritch Blast into the ground, and it creates this beautiful offering, I guess we'll call it, to the demon lord.
Kills a cockroach.
It does kill a cockroach, but consider it like an offering, a blood offering.
That's it.
The demon lord, realizing what you actually meant to do, takes a seat, and his demons down at the bottom sheathe their disgusting weapons. Their tails still whip. Not entirely sure if that's what you meant to do, but the demon lord says,
"You had me worried, for I have special plans for you, Lark."
I must always keep everyone on their toes. You understand. Even proverbial toes.
How about the Black Prince?
What about the Black Prince?
A little bug told me you and the Black Prince have a history.
Your little bug is well informed.
As they all are. I seek his head for my mantle.
Mm-hmm.
If we could
He did you wrong. I can prove it. But only if you kill the king.
I need a little bit of clarification first. Do you want the head of the Black Prince first or after? It affects logistics, you know.
You can bring it to me, or you can let me take it myself. But I imagine if you came knocking at his chamber door, he would not turn you away.
I understand.
Good.
He looks to the rest of you, seeing this offering now, and
Sweating.
yeah,
Does
Sorry.
does
Stepping away
Mark
to kill mode.
speak for all of you?
Absolutely. Hmm.
Definitely.
Yes. We all put a lot of thought into this design. We all it was like a group project.
Mm-hmm.
think Theoden at this point is petting the dire cockroach on his arm, and it's hissing in a kind of like a purring cat, and he holds up his hand and goes, "Skip." He casts command. Actually, I'm sorry. He uses his mantle of majesty to cast
command on who?
on the demon lord to skip him.
Oh god, this is gonna. I thought I was gonna fuck shit up.
I thought you wanted the cockroach to like skip in a circle. I was so confused.
Okay. Oh,
Now
this
I'm disappointed.
Okay, go ahead and cast the spell. What is the spell save this demon lord needs to make? Because here's the thing, y'all.
40.
What if it goes wrong?
He's got very high.
It could. It absolutely
Whatever
could. This is
ability.
that roll of the die. Okay,
14.
a 14.
I
is
don't
what
have
he needs
any
to-
more
Oh.
unluck on that, just so you know.
No.
A 14. Okay. What kind of roll does he need to make?
Oh my. Look at these
Wisdom.
A
extras.
wisdom save. Okay. Well, this is not his best, but he does get advantage.
Shit.
Dang it! Dang
Did you
it!
win? Oh my
Yes!
god!
He
Double
did!
11s.
He did. Okay, sorry. I don't have the. I just realized I don't have rolls up for everybody. Okay, so
It's double 11s, y'all.
okay,
in the
double
chat.
11s for chat. There you go. You can see it now. So okay, there's like a all of you watch. There's like a moment where, hold up hand. You say, what do you say?
This is just
Pass. Yeah, like.
incredible.
And the demon lord, the spell works, and he almost rises to meet you with a furrowed brow, and then it's like these are not the droids you're looking for.
Right.
He immediately basically turns, seeing you like pet the cockroach, and ignores the question to you without needing an answer.
Go. My eyes and ears are everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
When the time is right, I will make my way into the courts. Let me know when you have the king's head. Don't return if you don't.
Go. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
We can just go.
We keep,
Yes, we can.
we keep the.
Yeah, those are for us. Aiden, those are for us. We should just go. We should just.
All right,
Sorry.
thank you.
As you all
was-
go to exit, he actually dissipates into a cloak, a like swarm of cockroaches. His body bursts forth from his orifices, and he kind of dissipates down, and they sprinkle into the shadows, and he disappears right before your eyes. The demons also step backwards into the shadows and are gone.
Oh, literally, his eyes and ears are everywhere. His literal eyes and ears.
Wait,
Oh.
wait. Do we leave the man here?
Yeah, he's alive. That guy right there. He's
Oh.
definitely not dead yet. He will be.
Oh wait, did you not tell us that? I wouldn't have known otherwise.
I did. I imagine you probably pointed it out, right? You would have like pointed to the guy that was alive or something. Like
while they were walking, Seraphim definitely would have like rudely elbowed somebody and been like, "That guy's alive, right there. The one with the eye sockets. Yeah, he's not dead."
Do we risk it?
I don't think he's gonna make it. He has no eyeballs, and his.
You can survive without being able to see, Seraphim.
No, I understand that, but that's all we're seeing. There's more underneath that we don't know what's gone. Under the water.
I creep over to him and speak to him.
On your way out, you stop by the one person that is still living. What do you say?
Hello?
Their head like jerks in the direction. You're kind of standing on like a walk path between these two pools, and as he does, you see the trash ripple on the water. You can tell that underneath it is liquid of some kind, and his head turns directly to you. You can see his eyes bleed from where they once were.
Oh, your eye's the only damage that you have faced.
There's a moment, you can tell this is a shadow fae.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the ears, the skin complexion, the tight jaw and pointy chin. It goes to say something as if it... and then it stops as if it can't find the words. And eventually this man, he says, "Who are you?"
I am Lord Grail, the House of Whispers.
You serve the demon lord.
Oh, I hate everything about this, but I'm going to go over there and say to him, sort of pointing at the cockroach that will not get off my shoulder.
Ooh, y'all, they want some
sort of,
drama? They want this drama.
Oh no, the drama is happening.
Not quite yet. We're
super close. We're super close.
15 short. So I just sort of like throw my eyes to the cockroach so that Lark can see and say, yes, but he has not commanded us regarding you.
You got legs under there?
Oh my god.
He's the creature again, like, or this man also like again jerks head towards Seraphim, kind of seeking you out. And
over here, hey, I'm over here.
He stops. His head stops right in your direction.
Stopping him.
And he says, "The demon lord told me if I could swim my way out, I could go back."
I start pulling him out of the water.
Oh no.
Okay.
Wait, can I do this magically? Hold on.
I was about to say, okay.
Maybe there's a better way than touching.
There's a better
Than touching.
Let's just see. Hold up.
I mean, is he like
what
is
do I
he
got for
something grabbing him under there? Like, do we know that he's not going to just like split in half?
No
or...
idea.
No.
Oh.
No, we do not know that.
No clue.
God, this would be a great time for shape water. Let's see.
Great time for a lot of things, but
That wacky time I have 2 more spells than I have here. Oh, great.
Oh, I cast levitate.
oh, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All the foul stench of trash water being stirred, like, is released. You can see the other bodies that were there that are decomposed. The water kind of rustles them, and they begin to sink to the bottom, just waiting for... They just needed something to kind of nudge them. And as you levitate him out of the water, he drips this ichor of trash water. And kind of hangs limply there. You can see that his body itself is not injured in any way whatsoever, other than being extremely gross and pruny. They have been stripped down to what would be undergarments, right? Like white linen, maybe white linen breeches.
Not
of
white
some
linen
kind.
anymore.
But it ain't white linen anymore. He's clearly was probably, based on just the undergarments alone, was probably wearing something very nice. He might have been somebody of import.
Okay, listen. Things are complicated. in many ways and in many things that we perceive. But we are taking you out of here. And I'm going to literally cast prestidigitation on you until you are squeaky clean as we leave.
He, I guess, feeling his body for the first time out of water, he's levitating, and he simply says, "No one at the courts will want to look at me anymore."
We'll fix
you
that.
don't look at them either.
Théoden!
What? I'm trying to lighten the...
Okay, well, anyway,
glad you
he's
said it so I didn't
also
have to.
he is also our balloon ride up and out of the well, so we need to get him towards the entrance before things happen. So I'm going to continually cast prestidigitation, but sort of like
You clean
Hook.
him along the way.
I hook a rope around his foot, and we're gonna ride him up,
Oh,
Mary
Okay.
Poppins style.
Seraphim cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, that's nice of you. The wounds around his face kind of start to heal where he had scratches and bites and marks. His pruny flesh kind of
just
turns
like-
back to some semblance of like he's still very malnourished. You can tell he hasn't been fed in quite a
no.
while.
Oh!
But
And here
Hold
I am, like I'm gonna use him as a balloon.
Hold up, Seraphim has got malnourished, you say. Seraphim's
Oh, no.
has got just the thing for that.
oh no.
a granola bar.
She's gonna be like, "Oh, when's the last time you've eaten? You look real skinny."
What day is it?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
He says it's been. I don't know. I've lost track of time.
Well, here, dude, just. I know you can't see where I am. Just open. Open up. Open up. She's gonna take, and she's gonna kind of smudge up the granolas and just start shoving some granolas in there.
Yeah, you start like movie talk, y'all.
Uh-oh.
Drama bar met.
Oh no! Oh no!
I'm doing the granola.
Okay.
Fine. It's fine.
This
It's
is
fine.
so
Fine.
okay. This is very good. Okay.
For whom?
You
The drama is not always bad.
It's not always.
you kind of that's what I said. Drama's not always bad. They were like, can we add a helping hand? You know,
I
you,
saw that.
you might be able to.
Little
So
bit of this, little bit of that.
you basically try to nourish this man back to life. You probably give him clean water. You get you movie theater toss granola into his levitating body.
He's way up there.
Way up there. He's way up there. And so you're kind of tossing it, and sure enough, the blackness that was at the bottom of the well is still there, but you know, just based on counting steps last time and figuring it out, how to get out. The rope still dangles, and you find it in the darkness, and you tie it easily to the foot of this man, and you all balloon out.
We don't even like ride him. We just hold on to the rope as it rises.
Yeah, exactly. And it just rises and it brings all of you with it. And eventually you rise the 50 feet. And as you clear the bottom of the well, this man is now in the air. Somebody cast magic and dissipates the levitation. And all 5 of you fall kind of clattering to the ground.
I try to catch the very injured man, or is he not that far up? Is he not that far
He's
up?
going to fall about 10 feet.
I try to catch the very injured man.
Okay. Let's.
Seraphim will try and help.
Roll, okay. I will let one of you roll with advantage an athletics check or a dexterity.
Please, Seraphim,
a
do
dexterity.
it because my
Yeah,
athletics
for what
is
it's
negative
worth.
1.
He's just gonna land on top of all of us.
That's fine.
This will be
I mean,
fun.
there are worse ways to fall.
That's
How
true.
is this
And it's
mean
not that
floating?
far.
Levitation. I
Oh,
cast
yeah,
levitate on.
levitation, okay.
Okay, so 15. Sure enough, you're a
She'll
four-legged
try, she
critter.
can try and catch him on her
On their back, yeah.
on her back, the deer back.
And you do. It's a rough oof as he hits you, and then you kind of splatter Bambi style out on the ground, like all fours. But you do break his fall. None of you take damage because you were dangling from his legs, so like you were already close to the ground. But
Okay,
now
what fresh hell awaits us?
the kind called the Black Prince. He stands at the edge of this well on his blue horse with his 2 comrades behind them. He stares down at all of you, having dissipated the magic. And he smiles with this grin, and he says, "It seems that my mother would like a word with all of you."
Not now.
We have a balloon man we need to
Mother,
see.
you say?
I see. Would you like to lead us there, my prince? Or do we have time to clean up first?
He looks at all of you, up and down. He kind of sniffs the air in this way, and he says, "Fine. There's no need for me to escort you. You're already guests here."
I would love for you to escort us.
He smiles. He simply smiles at you.
Torturous words.
And he says, "I miss the days when we escorted one another. But until those days have come again, I will leave you to clean up this mess. My mother will see you when you arrive back inside."
I see.
As for him, he looks down at the blind man. "We thought you were dead almost a week ago. Scoop him up. Bring him
Will
back."
he be cared for?
"Of course. We have only the best medical facilities here in the courts.
Will anyone be able to restore his eyesight?
There are some things that are simply lost." And they scoop him up and toss him on the back of a horse unceremoniously and ride off.
Okay, we missed an opportunity there. We could have just kicked him into the hole, and that would have been one out of the way, right?
He would have survived.
Yeah, it wasn't that
Believe
far
me.
of a fall. I mean, he looks pretty stout.
But in the darkness, I mean, it's also throwing him into the well. Yeah, okay, all right. I was just thinking, now I'm starting to think tactically, maybe that was a good idea, but I'm glad it wasn't. I'm glad I didn't do it. I couldn't do it because I need spells, and he should probably rest. We should probably rest at some point.
Yeah, there's two buddies there too. I mean, they I don't think we could just push them all into the well. at the
I
same
don't know
time.
if we can get away with not meeting with the queen as soon as possible, but we can clean up because we stink.
Well, I do wish to meet with the queen as soon as possible, but I do
wish
wish to have a shower
clean
and a
up.
rest.
Yeah.
The longer we delay with the queen, the more trouble we're going to get.
Is that true? I feel like if we oh yes, from the queen herself, yes, because she'll be
Yes.
waiting. Yes, correct,
Mhm.
correct.
Everything we've done here has gotten us in trouble except for you, Thaden. You're
Thank
the only
you.
one who's not gotten in trouble. Besides, when we were down there, that the Lord Bug fella man clearly wanted something.
Lovely, deep.
The
lord
lovely
of-
points to the cockroaches on us.
I just said the Lord Bug fella man, the Lord Cockroach. I didn't say anything bad about him. I said he
I
wanted
cast-
something from you.
I
don't
cast
want
a message to Van and I'm like, let's get some cages for these fuckers.
Just the slightest little nod, and Venon says, I think, of course, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that while the queen may be looking for an audience with us very quickly, it wouldn't do to insult her by appearing in these
Yes.
garments.
I simply think
so
that having a rest would be uncouth.
I'm sure, I think given our current state, she may understand. And you notice at this point that Vannon has been, he's got a little square of parchment that like every 30 seconds or so, he's been pulling out of a bag and writing like a single letter or maybe 2 letters on. And then just sort of whispering to it and tapping it and putting it away, like all very nonchalant while he's talking. And he just says, I really think that, you know, given how important propriety is, it would be good, she would understand if we took a bit more time to meet her. I'm sure that, you know, given her abilities and her powers, she would know what we need in any given situation and would likely allow us a rest.
Yes.
Fine. But I'm gonna cast prestidigitation on all of us. We desperately need to shower
Yep.
this filth off of us, but just so that we don't get in trouble when we walk into the palace.
Sure, so that you don't draw attention to yourself.
But
Yeah.
it's-
Great. Backtracking is no problem. You prestidigitate yourself, and you, almost as if the building itself shifts around you, it like leads you. You are met with your rooms. your names on the door. You have a private quarters, so you're able to.
Each of us does.
Each of you has private quarters. You are
Oh,
each met by a
shit.
courtesan when you get it. Actually, whose status is above a 6?
I think that's all of us.
Is
Yeah,
everybody
I think
above a
so.
6
I
now?
think we're all
Yes.
at least
Yeah.
a 6, yeah.
Each of you are met with nobody of note, but a courtesan who is simply there to like help you bathe, to serve you food, to go get you anything that you need. That is they're assigned to your room, and you are all able to clean, shower, do as you please.
So, if I may, I think now is the time to reveal the plan, such as it is. So,
Can we put the cockroaches in cages away from us first?
oh, I just meant reveal the plan to us as players and the viewers, and we'll
okay,
see how
cool.
it goes.
Cool.
So, what Vannon has been doing is very, very slowly writing a short message to the Queen, explaining in very, in probably pretty vague terms, because it's going to have to be a short little letter, short little missive, that she is in danger. When we see her, she should be ready for danger. However it is that we.
Okay.
And as I have been writing it, to make sure that the cockroach doesn't read it over my shoulder, every time I add a letter, I have been using the encode or encrypt decrypt cantrip
Oh, right.
Nice.
and constantly turning it into something that no one can read.
Okay,
Nice.
love this. How are you delivering it?
Well, that's the fun bit. So as I'm back in my chambers and the courtesan is sort of helping me with things and I'm, getting cleaned up and changing clothes, I'm going to, this hurts me. I'm going to take my beautiful cloak of Serestra and I'm going to bundle it up and I'm going to hand it to this courtesan and put the letter on top of it. And I'm going to say, I'm going to take a deep breath. And then I'm going to say, this cloak is befouled beyond any hope of redemption. Take it out back and burn it, would you?
The servant does exactly as you wish.
So that I will not be there to talk to her, but she will be summoned to where the cloak was burnt, and that is where the letter is. And so hopefully there will be no cockroaches to let her know, to let the demon lord know that she has been warned.
Okay.
And I will then also cast a little sending to. Oh, actually, I think I have just enough spell slots left to let each of these 3 know mentally, that she has been warned.
Where is she? Can I respond to that? Can I respond to the message?
You can respond. I just can't respond back to you. So ask a question of me at your peril.
Yeah. I think you need to go, where is she? Just didn't respond.
Yeah, great. Oh, for heaven's sake, Theoden.
Can we also ask Courtesan to provide us with... No, let's just find small cages somewhere. There's got to be some in the palace,
Oh,
right?
they could. I mean, if
Surely.
you wanted to like find something to put the cockroaches in, you can absolutely can.
Yeah, we just seal them in the bathroom or something.
A fancy chalice with a little lid on top.
Oh, but very fancy, so that it feels like a nice decorative home for them.
Oh yes.
Just keep mine in my wing. I'll have a courtesan. I'll have a courtesan and a cockazin.
The cock is in.
Anyway,
Moving on.
You each get your bath. You each get your fancy clothes cleaned. You get eats and the such. And you know what? We have a drama bar to fill while you're all apart. There comes a rap tap tap at Theoden's door.
Wonderful. What is going on? I am in my towel, and I think he's going to open the door in the towel.
When you do, before thank you for all those gift subs. Everybody out there in chat, enjoy your little Kobold emotes. At the door stands The courtesan, the succubus. She leans in your doorway in just the right way. She looks you up and down and she says, "Is that any way to greet the best courtesan in the courts?"
I think it's the only way to greet you.
She says, "I see you're underdressed."
I see you are overdressed.
"I've come to warn you."
Yes?
She leans in very close, just across the doorway, and puts her lips to your ear. And she says, "I suggest you find somewhere else to sleep tonight."
Are you coming on to me?
"You would know if I was coming on to you." And she boops you on the nose, and she says, "That being said, don't be a stranger, Theoden." And she kind of saunters off, shaking her wings and her pointed succubus tail as she kind of saunters away down the hallway. Just gonna add a little, oh, you know what? Anne, for funsies.
That was hot.
She didn't really try
was very
to
hot.
hide. She didn't really try to hide anything.
Really into that.
As she rounds the corner, Theoden, and maybe you go to close the door, continue whatever it is you're doing behind closed doors. You catch somebody rounding the corner. They've been spying on you. Somebody was standing there looking at you.
Cool.
Could I make some sort of check to see who
You
it
can
is?
make a proper perception check. Your passive perception is what made you see it, but you can make
yes.
a proper perception check to see if you can recognize it.
I will do it here.
You would
Am I
know
fine?
that dress. The edge of the dress drags around the corner. It is that of the princess. She has been
knew it.
spying on you.
She's pissed.
Shit.
I did offer her to meet with you, but she hasn't contacted me yet, so.
Now maybe.
Apparently she doesn't need to.
You know what? That's I love it when you say things, Sephi. A rat tap tap comes at your door.
Why do I open my mouth?
I love it so much. There's a very
Lark is
quiet,
fully dressed.
Yeah, there's like a quiet, like, Lady Lark.
Yes. Open the door.
There stands the princess herself. She is the daughter of the queen, and she
What is her
sparkles
name?
like stars. She has a crazy name. It's like Lady Vanillin something. Hang on. I'm gonna try to give it to you, but there's no way. I'm gonna find it. Off the top of my lips. She is called. And there's not even a character sheet for her. Yeah, Lady. It's like Lady Valen something. But she takes your my lady or princesses, whatever you call
Your
her.
Highness.
There you go.
Please enter.
She enters your chamber and looks around behind her as if to assure nobody sees her. And she clicks the door closed. She doesn't enter very far. She almost keeps her hands on the door as if nervous in some way, as if she shouldn't be here.
Princess, you know you do not need to stand on ceremony with me.
I stand on ceremony with everyone.
That wasn't always the case, was it?
Well, I wasn't always this person. She says...
Oh, one moment. I subtle spell cast Dome of Silence on the bathroom. My last
Nice.
level of that spell.
Okay, you cast it on the bathroom, and she, of course, Roll20 wants to be a jerk now. She like nods in appreciation or in like notice of that fact, and then she says, you said that I could come to you.
You can, obviously. I suppose this is about my lovely friend Theoden.
He is rather mysterious.
He
He
Not
seems
at
to have
all a goofball, no.
he seems to have caught the eye of the Sapphire Courtesan.
That would be the case. Is this something that concerns you?
Always. For anyone who serves her never returns to the life they knew. I wonder, do you think he would take word with me? In private. I'm afraid I am
Absolutely.
watched often by my brother.
You do know that I do not make empty offers, regardless of how the court sees me now.
I know. I'm sorry for how things have turned out.
But first, did anyone follow you?
I don't think so.
Then remain here. I will fetch Theoden. That would be less suspicious. And I leave the room and knock on Theoden's door.
Question, does Theoden answer?
Yes, who is it?
It's Lark.
Okay, yes. What's the matter?
Are
Everything all
you
right?
decent?
I am now, yes.
Come with me to my room.
All right, and he walks out not wearing a shirt, collar still, no pants. Or no pants. He's
I
wearing
said, are you decent?
Yes, I'm
man?
decent.
Put a shirt on.
This isn't decent?
Oh my god.
She just grabs him by the collar and starts dragging him to the room.
Oh my
okay.
gosh. Okay. You grab him by the like puff collar and drag him into the room, and when you arrive, Theoden, the princess is before you. The last time you saw her, she was proper. She was crying or sitting next to her mother and looked so insignificant next to the queen herself. But here she is rather beautiful and kind of shines like starlight.
Now, I do not know how long you will have, but I can afford you the gift of privacy. Theoden, I'll be in your quarters. Closes the door behind her.
Click.
Yes, there may be someone. Okay.
She looks at you and kind
yes?
of digs a toe. She looks rather embarrassed, as if she might blush.
Everything all right? Right.
I live in the Shadow Courts. Nothing is ever all right.
Do you mean?
Everything here is made of shadow.
Yes. Is she Shadowfae?
She is pure Shadow Fae. She would be both.
Yes. But the shadow is where we tread, so dance within the darkness. Do you need a partner?
You came back. You left. Are you
Yes.
going to leave again?
I don't plan to.
Oh. What a
Is everything all right?
disappointment.
Seems you came here to ask me that. That doesn't seem...
I was hoping you would take me with you when you left again.
And where were you thinking of going?
Anywhere? But here?
You wish to leave the courts? To leave the Shadowfae? Or to leave...
I wish to see something other than courtly walls and try dinners. They definitely look to escape my dreaded future.
And what do you think your dreaded future is, Your Highness?
She cuts eyes to you, and she says, "I will be married."
To whom?
That seems to still be up in the air. Though the top bidder is not the creature I would choose.
Very well. I think he turns around and saunters over to a table towards the private quarters and grabs and pours a drink for the two of them. And
Okay.
gestures towards some sort of sitting arrangement. And
She sits very
Mark-
genteelly on the edge of the glass as if not to actually get drunk in any way. She probably does this quite often. She says, "I cannot stay long. I know who seeks you this evening. If you do leave, will you take me with you?" She kind of nods and a blind understanding with you. Will you do me one more kindness? If they marry me, if they marry me to Akishigal, the cockroach lord. Promise me you will kill me.
That won't happen. I promise you that.
She smiles and puts the glass down, not having had much, and stands. And she says, please don't make promises you cannot keep.
I can keep this.
Be wary of her, Theoden.
Ooh.
The courtesan. For she will use up what kindness you have, and leave you less of the man that you are.
You find me a fool. I have danced in the shadow before, with many. I've led many dances in the shadows.
She says, I do not doubt that, but you're right, you are a fool. For her eye only catches the biggest one in the room. Thank you for your time, Theoden. And she kind of gingerly kisses you on the cheek. She says, I must back to my tower before I am noticed and gone. And she departs, clicking the door closed. In lieu of time.
Wait.
Oh, yep.
Downs both drinks and then goes back to the room.
Look, yeah.
So while that conversation is happening, I'd like to roll investigation to find out what the fuck Theoden's deal is in his room.
Okay. Roll an investigation. Theoden, if you're hiding something, you can roll a deception or a sleight of hand to hide something if you have something to hide. If you don't, then we'll just take a flat roll. If roll
My investigation is so shit, but I can't. Hold on, what did I get?
A 4.
God damn it! Lark is very pretty and very subtle, but can't search for shit.
Well, I mean, you can make it an obvious investigation, as in you have made a mess of the place.
No, I don't think Lark is stupid enough to do that.
All right. You don't. How about this? You search around and you don't find anything.
You know what though? I wait in the room till Theoden comes back.
Okay, that's fair. He does come back. He knocks on the door.
Enter.
It's locked.
No, it's not.
Oh. Okay. You usually lock it. Okay, well. All done, thank you. I'm not sure. She wanted me to take her with me. She wanted me to take her with me if we were to leave the game.
That does not surprise me. Valencia is not exactly one to be cooped up, and it seems that her brother has been extra protective lately. We all have fantasies to get us through difficult times, Theoden.
Correct. Just don't know.
I believe you owe me some answers. You are not what you seem, and you never have been. Tell me the truth of why you went to find me, and tell me the truth of your position here in Kobold.
Well, my position is yet to be determined, but I was, in lieu of losing my rank in my class and my stay here in the courts, I chose to go find you as it was requested by the Queen.
I see. And what did you propose to do with me once I was found?
I would announce you in the court, and I had. It was the
Can I
only
roll insight? Cool.
Sure. Again, if you're trying to deceive, just roll a deception against it, Theoden.
What the hell?
A 10.
I have good insight. This game does not want me to know anything about Theoden. God damn.
Maybe we'll just have to
Game is back.
spill those beans. From what you can tell, you aren't assured that he's lying to you. Maybe he is telling the truth, and he's not actually hiding anything other than what he's already told you.
Yes.
I can assure you that there is nothing to worry about. The only thing I would worry about is what happens to me and, well, the courtesan. I believe she already has me being led down a road that may lead into her clutches, but I'm not quite exactly sure. I've seen this happen before, and I kind of know where it's going. But
Well,
besides that, it's exciting for me, I think.
Status lends protection from the succubus's wiles. If you do not wish to pursue something with not both, either the princess or the courtesan, the only protection that can be lent to you is from Status or Sarastra herself.
Yes, that's the
On
thing.
top of that, however, Valencia seems taken with you.
She does, doesn't she?
She does indeed seem taken with you. Of the two options, she's likely... Let's put it this way. Dealing with Valencia, you will deal with her brother. Dealing with the courtesan, you're dealing with the courtesan.
Yes. Yes.
But
Yes.
the Black Prince is not as all-knowing as he likes to feel he is.
We all know that.
There is also subtler ways to dissuade them of their interest. If you can dissuade them of their interest and make it seem as if it's of their own accord, then they would have no reason to bother with you.
What is your purpose with the Queen?
Mine?
Yes.
Do you know what it's like to become homesick?
Very much so.
Being exiled for as long as I am and have been, it came to a point where I wanted to see my family again. I wanted to see the court that I used to be one of the talks of. At the very least, I want to leave here with my family. At the very most, I would like to clear my name and then leave. For even upon return, I find that this is not... It does not have the appeal that it once did. My entire life was a court. No longer is.
What if I told you I could perhaps help you in that endeavor? But it requires a little bit of delicate dance between you and I.
Speak.
And he like relaxes, and I think you see that his shoulders drop, and he sort of like his demeanor changes. I am absolutely enamored to the moon and back by the Queen. She has stolen my heart, and I have never been able to gain it back. Yes, if you were to help me achieve her love and adoration, I will be able to maybe bend her ear to let you have your wishes.
Theoden, are you a fool? You know how many lovers Sarastra takes, and you hope to be one of them?
I hope to be the one, yes.
Sarastra's heart is not so easily won, Theoden.
I love a challenge.
More than that, I don't know if you could convince her to change her ways. Even her husband couldn't. And we all know he would prefer it thus. Controlling bastard. I will assist you, but I make no guarantees. And I will do nothing that will make me at risk completely.
Of course.
Theoden, really?
Pretty cool, right? Exciting.
We have known each other, what, 3-4 years now?
Give or take. Time is hard here, but yes, I could say that.
All right, I'm going to choose to trust you for the time that we have known each other. I will no longer second guess what you do. Do not betray me.
Oh, I would never.
Don't.
I won't.
Good.
Would you like a drink?
Yes, I would like a drink. You just talked about you want to seduce the queen.
Okay, I'll get to drink. And he goes over and he mimics the
my
exact same maneuver he
God.
did before in her room with the drinks. And
I've known so many stupid men in my entire existence, but this...
And that seems like the perfect place. His drinks are served, and there's that Theoden moment of like, you idiot. But our camera pans to Seraphim. Seraphim, I don't know how you spend your evenings when you're alone. I don't even know if you do the bath thing.
She does. She'll climb into it as well as she can. I'm assuming these are fairly large tubs. So she'll go into there and have the courtesan help her, scrub off the hindquarters and places where it's harder for human arms to reach, and things like that.
Yeah.
But then afterward, she's really gotten on much better with the help. So I think what happens as the camera pans back over, like she's gotten all the pillows and like put them all over the floor, and she's lounging there. And now all the squirrels are kind of lounging on different pillows, and she's got like drinks and all sorts of cups sitting all around, and she's got the courtesan sitting like down on the pillows, and she's just having some girl talk with the courtesan.
Oh, I
and
love
having
this.
The
Okay.
drinks and, like,
Yeah. Okay. The courtesan is a little hesitant. Talking sometimes occurs, but this is like actually personal conversation, right? These are two people like hanging out, not doesn't seem fake in any way. And she gives out a laugh at something that you say, giggles. Maybe there's a squirrel that does something silly, and she knows that that's like totally your fault. And she giggles a little bit, and you hear this woman say, "I don't get to talk a whole lot."
Well, I'll be honest with you. I can't really see how many court subjects there are around, so I'm not really sure who you get to talk to. But I mean, here, do you need some more of this? And Seraphim's gonna pour some more stuff in.
She giggles. She's like, "I really shouldn't. I've been drinking all night at the party." And she sips again.
Listen, I'm not going to tell anyone. They don't even like me over there anyway.
They don't really like me either.
It's ridiculous. I don't know what they happen to not like about you. Look at you, so charming and everything.
Thank you.
And besides, I haven't had a brush down like that back on my shanks in a good long time.
Yeah, she's like, brushing with like almost like a horsehair brush type thing.
I would imagine.
And she's very gingerly like brushing and in a very friendly kind of way. She says, "Thank you. I am. Well, I've spent my fair share of time around the stables."
Oh, that's wonderful. Have you gotten to play with the Hellhounds? They are so funny. They have all sorts of crazy things to say,
Oh, sure. Yeah, the Hellhounds. That's why I was there.
Oh.
No,
and this Seraphim kind of like looks toward the door, looks toward the window.
Much. This is why they tell me I'm not supposed to talk.
No, my dear, listen. I may have spent a lot of time out in the forest, but I know how everyone deals. I know what animals get into. So, was there anybody at the at the party with the fancy new hat that you happened to notice?
Oh, yes. I mean, there are always wonderful people in the courts.
Well, specific someone who may have something to do with the hounds.
I have a sweet spot for the stable master. He's so handsome. And she kind of smiles. And she looks to the left and sees a cockroach kind of crawl up to the side of the pillow. And she yelps and kind of scutters backwards. And she goes, "Abomination! Where did that come from?"
Oh, you know what? I think one of the squirrels brought it in. Here, let me just... And Seraphim's going to take one of the cups and just like drain it and then like just stick it up like under there.
She goes, "They never come. They're not supposed to come in the courts. How did that get here?"
I'm not sure. This is... You know what? These have been very strange times, I mean, there's all... Not just my squirrels, but like, untamed squirrels have been running rampant for no reason that anyone could possibly know, and all sorts of other things. And and people who are interested in other people who happen to work in the stables and perhaps want to have, picnics with them and things like that, and talk to those people more. And Seraphim starts leaning.
Yeah, she puts her hand up, and she says, is there anything else that I can get you?
Yeah, you know what? I think there is. I actually, it reminds me, and Seraphim's going to rifle around and pull out a granola bar that's in a paper package,
unopened,
and be like, I actually, the last time I was down in the stables, I recall that gentleman you mentioned, he'd really been interested in trying one of these, and I would be remiss if I fell through on my promises. I'm not that kind of Alcide, And she's going to hand the
she takes her granola
around.
bar and she thinks it over and she puts it in her pocket, and as she turns to go, she sees another cockroach, and she gasps and looks around and she says, we're gonna have to clean your room. I'm so sorry, I have to go. And she kind of scutters out, and as she does, she knocks
Didn't we steal these fuckers?
Yeah. She knocks a pillow over, and then another cockroach appears, and then another.
Oh, this is very rude.
They start kind of coming out of the shadows and out of the walls and scuttering from places, and they begin to convene near where you are at.
Oh, come on. Come on now. I didn't even do any.
The voice of the demon lord you hear, but the cockroaches merge into this kind of dense wave, the way ants sometimes will use their bodies to create density, to carry things or move stuff or survive water, and it takes the shape of a mouth, and it speaks to you, and you hear him simply say,
"You have been chosen. Prepare yourself."
And the swarm, like a wave over your bathtub, washes over you. And as it does, you feel this
I'm not prepared.
Osmosis information. Your mind merges with that of the horde, of the swarm, and you are passed down an excessive amount of ancient Fae knowledge, specifically the maps and the advantages of how to mitigate the labyrinth. It leaves you exhausted, and as the roaches dissipate, we see your body there, just as clean as it was. You kind of come to, you don't know how much time has passed, but on the horizon, you can see the light beginning to shift, as if it might be almost morning. You don't know how long you've been out.
Are all the cockroaches gone?
Yeah, they begin to scutter out. Your cockroach, of course, is left.
Hey, that's... You're not going to say anything as you go? That's very rude. That's very rude. I expect... You need to knock next time you come in. Ugh. I'm in the bath!
You see the cup, move across the... closer, trying to get closer to you.
Oh, this is ridiculous. And Seraphim's going to take the cup up off and just, scoop the cockroach up.
Yeah.
What do you want?
It speaks to you. It chitters at first until you attune your druid ear to it. And it simply says, "He chose you."
Well, yeah, I got the impression when he said that.
Do not fail him. It scutters up your arm and down into your shoulder, and it sits there, sitting just above the water level with you. You can hear it
Yeah, well, are you going to be rude too? I'm not going to let you sit on me if you're going to be rude.
I do not understand this term. Rude.
Okay. Well, I would prefer if you speak to me with a nice tone. Maybe
Master Seraphim, I will speak to you as you see fit, for it is I who serves you.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, no, I like that. Can I call you Henry?
You can call me whatever you choose, for my true name is lost to the swarm.
All right, well, Henry, I would prefer if when you speak to me, you don't make it sound all ominous. I don't like it.
Yes, master. And you hear a change in the cockroach voice. And it's like, hi, master. Is this better? Less threatening?
Yes, that is much better, Henry. You know what? I think we're gonna get along just fine.
I'm so glad to hear you say that.
Yeah, you know what? And I actually, now when you, and she's gonna just pick him up and put him over here. You know, when you talk like that, I got a real soft spot for you in my heart. Hang on. And she's gonna reach over. Here, do you want to eat something? Here, let me get. She's gonna put some
he like nibbles on the granola. He's like, that's tasty. I see why he likes you.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna get along just fine. Here, and she's actually gonna.
Maybe he'll choose you instead of the princess.
You know, I've had weirder things happen in my life, and she's gonna just like.
What a perfect cut moment. And I've had weirder things when he drops the bomb that maybe you're up the docket to become the next lover of the cockroach demon lord. Who knows? But the last thing that we see is Vannon. Vannon, maybe you look out your window to assure that the courtesan did as you asked, and a small pillar of smoke rises from the main courtyard. Up into the night sky. It burns this beautiful blue color. And it kind of matches the sky and the stars. And it burns out. And as you stare up at the moon, you almost become fixated in some way. You feel a presence enter the room, but not in any kind of like physical, like corporeal form. More like her presence. You just know it.
Oh no. I think I'm like halfway to my knees before I realize that I can't do that, lest a critter see. And so I like very awkwardly just sort of half crouched.
Calm yourself. Calm yourself, servant. You summoned me.
You feel a hand on your shoulder. Cold, beautiful, long fingers, beautiful nails to go with it. And she says to you,
You took an oath to serve me. But yet tonight you took another. I will let you explain, only because I am a kind queen.
Where is my cockroach right now?
wherever you would have hidden it. Lark did seek out cages, so there might be like cages or things that you can...
Yeah, I mean, I also probably would have put it, you know, if there's an ensuite in there, and if not, you know, in the wardrobe, sort of in the back of the wardrobe.
Yeah.
God, I don't... all right, so I will look around and just try and see if there's any other cockroaches in sight.
Not from what you can tell, just the one.
Oh, I hate that answer. Seeing none at that moment, I will just sort of still whispering. Poor Van had spent this whole day just nervous, flop sweating. Just say, Your Majesty, only one spoke the words of an oath, and even that one was insincere. My summons to you, my deepest apologies, but I could think of no other way to get word to you.
Yes.
We are watched.
I read your letter. Interesting. He has long sought my seat. I have a solution to that problem. It seems that I may have to move up the timeline.
Know that however we may assist you, However I may assist you, I will. You
Whatever
must
the Demon Lord has asked, continue to assure that he believes he is going to win. But I have other use for you and your friends. You have made quite a splash since arriving. None of you are quite worthy to actually stand beneath my throne. But you have come here to stop my rule of the city of Zobeck, correct?
For what it's worth, Your Majesty, I have no problem with your rule of Zobeck per se, but know that to you I am loyal.
Good.
But I think, if I may, that perhaps reclaiming Zobeck now, or the land on which it stands, is more trouble than it is worth, regardless of what the king may feel.
Interesting. You are informed. To my surprise, I am in agreement with you. I have zero interest in the free city of Zobeck. Though, I cannot deny the king, for he holds the power and the decisions that are made. This is where I seek your help.
I have the best of news, Your Majesty. It seems that through largely happenstance and definitely not our careful planning, the task with which we have been set by... Hold on, I have his name. Oh my god, there's too many consonants in that demon lord's name. I don't know. The cockroach is actually in line with yours. That will make it easy to continue the deception.
Yes, that's the reason I must marry my daughter to him. Regardless of our family politics, this is far more than you should be privy to. What I would like is for you to go to him. You have one of two ways to unseat the king. His crest, the emblem that provides him power, resides on the buttons on his jacket. You can bring them back to me, or you and your brave party can attempt to enter the spiral maze and bring the Orb of Rule back to me. That is the only way that I will leave the free city of Zobeck to be free. I want the king out of the picture, and if it means working with my enemy and trusting such a lowly servant, then I will. I will promise you and your party nothing until you have succeeded, but what you will receive in return will be far more than any demon lord could ever give you.
You have already given me everything, Your Majesty. My life has been yours ever since, well, I speak not for my companions, I wouldn't dare. But for my
Yes.
part, it is more than I could have ever asked to speak with you here and now, even without facing you.
Well, the next time, let's hope that you gain the status necessary to climb the 1,000 steps and cross the bridge to my palace. Until then, you and your party are on your own. When the light shifts into a new day, I will move you and your party to the entrance of the labyrinth. What you do from there, that is all on you. Oh, and tell your humble bard to keep his hands off my daughter, or I will take them both and wear them around my neck, making it the newest fashion.
I was under the impression that Theoden had caught the eye of the sapphire courtesan. Yes.
It seems he has caught many an eye, including mine.
Sounds right.
The question is, will he be stupid enough to make the wrong choice?
Theoden is many things, Your Majesty, but stupid is rarely one of them.
Well, we will find out in time.
Your Majesty, if I may, I am a devotee but new to your realm, and it is not my place. But perhaps a solution could be found that would free you to rule as you wish, and perhaps also the same for your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Things will likely move very quickly if we complete the task you've set for us regarding the king. But there is likely to be an opportunity to end the Cockroach Lord's claim upon your daughter without a marriage taking place. If that is of interest to you, Majesty.
That is a quaint thought. But the shadows hold creatures, such as the Demon Lord, for reasons that are far outside you or your party's understanding. I have planned to marry her to the Demon Lord for many a decade. I am simply making him work for it.
So it shall be then.
But I will take your words under counsel. But I assure you, if you fail me, if you do not return with what I seek, I will strip you and your party of every status that you have, assure you can never leave the Shadow Realm, and hand you over to the Demon Lord himself. This
Well
seems
then.
to be a quality wedding present.
Well then, Your Majesty, we have no choice. And finally, Vannon has enough presence of mind to remember that though she is the source of his power, he still holds a reasonable amount of power. And so I straighten up a bit and say, then there is nothing for it but for us to succeed and to show you, perhaps lowly though I may be now, useful will be a more fitting descriptor in the future.
Those are words of a courtly mage. Let us see if you can uphold them, and maybe I will grant you a position you never thought you would rightfully own.
There is I think Vannon's initial reaction is to say no, because when we met that bard, he really forced himself to let go of thoughts of like an actual rank here, seeing that, this other very talented high elf couldn't do it.
Yep.
And so I think there is a little moment of, no, don't give me that hope. I don't want it anymore. But she's here. She didn't kill me immediately for summoning her. And so I think after a few moments of silence, Vannon finally says, prepare the station. I shall take my rightful place sooner rather than later.
I look forward to your rise, Vannon, courtly mage of the courts of the Shadow Fae.
And the queen herself leans over and plants a kiss on her cheek. It feels like moon, cold and wet like the night, dew on a plant. And she simply says,
I must tend to the moon tonight. When you wake, your feet will have found you to the labyrinth.
and she is gone as fast as she arrived. And sure enough, you and your party, she whispers through the evening, words of sleepwalking and waking dreams. Each of you are carried by your own feet from place to place, all the way to the entrance of this labyrinth. It is massive and huge, and in the center stands the Tower of the King himself. With the sound of a strange bird, maybe a hooting owl, the four of you wake from your sleepwalking state to find you are rested. Your spell slots have
God.
replenished. You feel
Woo!
clean and
Running
well.
on empty for a while.
Yep, y'all have been like really trudging
I
through.
used my last. I had like a 1 first level spell left, I think.
And you stare over this labyrinth. 3 of you have no idea how you made it here, but as you look over to Vannon, Theoden, on his cheek is a lip print. It sparkles like starlight, like the moon. It's blue, and it radiates dark and magical energy. You can make an insight check if you want. It'll be the last roll of the game. Seraphim clearly had something going on too here. You want to? I saw your hand. Was that a hand?
Oh, if Seraphim notices it, she would just be like, Ben, what have you gotten into last night?
What is this? What's this? What's that right there? What is this on your cheek?
Sort of reach up and touch it and say, we have work to do. And finally, it was given to us by the proper authority. We've been sent to find an orb, my friends. And that's what I intend to do.
An orb?
The Orb of Rulership, I think.
Power.
Right?
I think it's called the Orb of
Power.
Power. Is that what I said?
Damn it.
Yeah.
The Orb of Rule. Oh, there it is. I see it. Well, I wrote down what you said. It will save Zobeck, please the Queen, frustrate the Roach, and give us all what we've been wanting this whole time, the freedom to make our own ways.
And as the 4 figures stand right there in front of the entrance, braving the next step inside, which is going to be probably the hardest trial you've ever had to go through as a team, the camera will fade to black. As we hear the knocking on a door, the sound of a quaint voice. It's me, the princess. The door opens, and in the doorway stands the succubus. The sapphire succubus. She wears a dress that is apropos to her modus operandi. And we watch a bright silver dagger jam into her chest. The princess does not hesitate. She leaves it for a second, looking and watching. The 4 of you are no longer at the courts, but drama is ever ensuing. And the princess simply says, "You cannot have him. He is my only way out of this wretched place. May you die choking on your own blood." She pushes her back and closes the door behind her. we end this season of Courts of the Shadow Fae on treachery and kisses. But because I promised I'd spill some beans, I can tell you all that Courts of the Shadow Fae will be coming back for season 2 sometime this fall, probably in August, where we will get to see what this crew actually does inside the labyrinth and whether or not they can play all the many powerful figures that they're just like juggling up and in here. So,
That was awesome.
there
That
it
was
is.
so cool.
That was so cool.
That was baller.
Vanna needs a clonopin and a massage.
So we are over time. I want to thank the audience for sticking with us. Let's go around.
Yes, thank you all.
Yes, thank you. We are here at the end. So let's take a moment and share some love. Let's go around. Y'all tell everybody who you are and what you're going to be doing when you're not here for Courts of the Shadow Fae for like the next month and some change. So yeah, let's go backwards. Persephoroth, you're up.
Hello, I am Persephoroth, aka Sephi. You can find me at Persephoroth. That's PERSEPHIROTH on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, basically anywhere there's Persephoroth, it's me, unless someone's copying me and doing novel things, and it's not me. You should, of those, I'm the most active on Twitter and Twitch, and you should definitely stop by my Twitter because I may or may not have something in the works in the next month or two that you really want to see.
All right. Little teaser action. Okay, more beans. I see you.
Okay.
Okay, Myth, you are up, my friend.
I see your beans, Effie. Hello, everyone.
Wow,
It is-
they're uncovered. Where?
I see them. Hi, everybody. It's me, Mythematic, or Cord. I am a professional voice actor and professional tabletop performer. Find me on twitter.com/Mythematic or twitch.com/Mythematic, where I am a full-time streamer and partner. This was so much fun. Thank you very much for having me along this ride and getting to unpeel some of the story that I've been bundled up in with Thaden for a bit and getting some really cool scenes done today. Thank you, Sephi, for that awesome scene we had.
That was
and
so
thank you
much fun. Anytime.
Yeah, it was so cool. So anyway, just everybody, thank you so much. Thanks everybody. Thanks Kobold Press for having me. And this has been so much fun, and I can't wait to see what we do next time.
Oh boy, y'all got y'all have laid some rough.
That scene was
roads ahead.
badass, by the way. That ending scene was so cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
And that helps me so much because I needed a way to get rid of the succubus. So that
At
was
least one of them. My
That was-
goodness.
that was
Lark
so
would have
good.
helped you kill the succubus.
I
Yeah.
love. Here's the
They were
thing,
used to be
though.
friends too, but you know.
yeah. I was like, I'll just go down this path and then we'll figure it out when I get
I
there.
love
and
that
then
we're not worried about the mom-daughter
no
dynamic.
not
No,
really.
no.
That's not going to
No,
be the issue. I
that's-
love
that's
That's
exciting.
for later. That's the later thing.
That's
exciting.
exciting.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's for Kobold Springer. This week on Jerry Springer. Yes. All right. Thanks, Smith. Where can well, you said where we can find you. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what y'all are gonna do. All the places, Mythmatic. There you go. Rocket Fox, you're up. What are you up to?
Yes. Hello, I am Rockhead Fox. You can find me on. You can technically find me on Twitter. I don't get it because I'm stuck in the past decade, but I'm on Instagram a whole bunch. And I'm over on my channel, twitch.tv/Rockhead Fox, where I stream a lot of NES games, SNES games these days,
nice.
like Aladdin and Lion King. I just like to punish myself. But
Wait, like the Lion King game?
Yeah, like the Lion King, the hardest Lion King game, the hardest Sega game ever.
That game made me
Yeah.
break 3 controllers
Woof.
as a child. No lie.
I never got past like the second level.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. This is the worst. Dun, 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 dun. Damn it. Yeah.
But so I've been doing a lot of that because I hate myself. But aside from that, I've still got the podcast going, Fantastically Strange, which is both fantastic and strange for your ear holes. And then coming up, I am going to be I'm helping organize an event called Witches Fest USA at the beginning of July, which is
Cool.
a big witch pagan fest out of New York, but it's also going to be virtual. So if
Cool.
you are not in New York, you too can enjoy it. And it's going to be awesome. There's going to be a whole bunch of, there's like 75 to 80 speakers and workshops and stuff like that.
Wow.
It's going to be crazy.
That's awesome.
I think that's most of it. I'm going to be doing something with a paranormal show show that's gonna be doing a pilot, but I can't talk too much about it yet.
Oh, okay. So like come back in
Okay.
August and then you can talk about it.
Ooh.
Right.
That's when the filming is gonna happen, right over my birthday. So
Ooh, okay,
I am
this is
so
very cool.
excited
Yeah.
for this.
This is very cool. Okay.
So-
Nice. All right.
I will
And-
share as soon as I can.
Yeah, okay.
Please
Well,
do.
that means all of you have to come back to find out more. That's what I heard. And our dearest, I feel bad, but I don't feel bad for you.
No, don't feel bad.
I don't feel bad for. I kind of feel bad for Bannon, but I kind of don't. He asked for it. Tell us.
He
who
did,
you-
look, he's either going to become a court mage or he's going to die, and really, either way, it
But
will
he
be.
did get a kiss from the queen.
He did.
Can die happy.
Right. I was going
Did
to say.
they make that check, by the way?
Oh yeah, did you make that insight check? No.
Good.
Great.
No.
He was like, no way. All right, great. I guess first roll of
Oh, it was
next
an
game will
8.
be an insight. Oh, it was an 8. Oh
Listen,
yeah.
People
Oh,
may
yeah,
be
no.
thirsting for Theoden, but Vannon snuck up in there and's got the actual kiss.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't even look at her.
That's that is called. Of course. Why do you think?
Well,
Half the
She
intrigue,
likes that.
right?
She likes
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Wow,
don't-
hard to get.
Yep, playing hard to get. Tell us who you are, Eugenio, and where we can find
Sure.
you when you're
Oh,
not
right.
over here being the heartthrob to the queen.
to the queen, I guess. Hi, everybody. I'm Eugenio. I'm DM Jazzy Hands. You can follow me on Twitter and here on Twitch at DM Jazzy Hands. Where can you find me? So, oh goodness, all over the place tomorrow. So tomorrow morning at 10 Eastern will be possibly the final. I don't know how much of this game is left, so maybe the last one, maybe the second to last one of my It Takes Tuesday mornings, where I play It Takes Two, which is a wild game with my partner Sam. Happy Pride, y'all. Then Tuesday and Thursday afternoons, I stream on my channel. We're making our way through the Mass Effect Legendary series. So I actually think tomorrow we will be finishing ME1. So spoilers,
Ooh.
but also if that sounds like fun to you to watch, because I've never played before and don't know what's coming.
Nice.
Come
Okay.
on down to Eastern
So
11
I've missed a
Pacific.
few streams. Are you at the end?
Yes, so we passed
Ooh.
Veermeyer.
Okay, who's dead?
Ashley.
Okay, well, we can live with that.
So that's Tuesdays and Thursdays. Wednesday is the so many finales this week. Wednesday is the finale of Into the Motherlands over on Cypher of Tears channel. That's at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. And yeah, I mean, all kinds of wild stuff over there. So come hang out with us for the finale on Wednesday. And then Sunday, Rivals of Waterdeep, we continue to march on towards episode 100. No, not true. This Sunday is the 4th of July. So we are not playing Rivals of Waterdeep this week. Don't come hang out. It was a trick. It was a test. Yeah, so that's where you
Nice.
can find me. Also, I have a D&D podcast that releases new episodes every Wednesday. Go check out The Last Refuge if you need something new for your ear holes. That's all.
All right. And y'all know I'm your little Kobold Dot over here, just trying to keep the Warrens under control. We really appreciate you being here. I was very excited to run this, and the more I did it, the more I was like, I can't rush this. I really want a second season with this crew. So I want to thank everybody out there for filling drama bars throughout the season that is making it possible for us to have a second season. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your subscriptions, your bits, your tips, your dire want for more drama is what is keeping us coming back to show you this content. If you haven't already, you can actually pick up Courts of the Shadow Fae for your own table. It is available right now in our store. It's available on pretty much any of the VTT sites of your choice. Shard, Roll20, and Fantasy Grounds, I believe, all have Courts of the Shadow Fae prepped and ready to go. Things like the cool chart you saw earlier, there's a lot of really cool interactive things, and then, of course, just the artwork alone for the creatures and stuff makes it well worth your while. So go check it out. Get it in the format of your choosing. And we want to hear if you're running it at your table, like, hit me, ping me up, like, ding me over on social media. I want to hear what, how's it going? What kind of drama have you put into their lives? Because who knows, I might find some inspiration. When I'm not over here being your resident in Kobold Dot, I'm out there rolling dice and telling stories with other awesome people just like these folks. So follow me on social media and you can keep to the know in that regard. Let's see, any other announcements? I think that's it for Kobold Press. Meet us tomorrow. We're back for the continuation of, what else are we playing? This is Courts of the Shadow Fae. That's Scarlet Citadel. So come out. Good dungeon crawl for those of you really looking for a dungeon crawl and really wanting to see Dot play the craziest damn Darrow that has ever graced the screens of Twitch. I'm out there rooting for the
I
void.
get texts from your DM after your sessions being like, so guess what Dot did this week?
So I can't run every game, so I've got to at least make it worth V's while to show up.
Well, you are.
So there you go. Y'all show up. Wednesday, of course, is more Kobold chats. We'll be maybe diving into some weird character building type stuff this week as we schedule up some more guests for the future. I think that's all I got, y'all. Thank you so much for being here with us. Make sure to support Kobold Press in your choosing, and thanks everybody for being here, as well as all of those gift subscriptions. You're keeping us churning along, and it means a whole lot to our little scaly kobold hearts. So until next time, we'll see you same kobold time, same kobold channel. Bye, everybody.